it's my turn now. I kind of forgot my shot gobble calls, my crow call, my peacock call. So I'm gonna have to just wait and hear a gobbler. The bad thing about that is, if it's already daylight when I hear it, I can't sneak around too much in these fields. Let's see what happens. Well, not knowing, I haven't heard no gobblers until now. Not knowing where they'd be, I wanted to be set up, at least somewhere, because I can't sneak after daylight in this field. So basically I sit in between the two ridges to where the turkeys can come out of the woods and see my decoys for a long ways. Now that I'm set up, guess what? They started gobbling. But I'm set up in the middle ravine, in between where we seen the turkeys run and where Cody shot his turkey. So we'll see what happens. Ain't no point in me to moving and trying to sneak up there to them. So, and even if I did, they could go a different way. So I'm gonna set put smack dab in the middle of this field with the decoys, see what happens, and hopefully get some gobbling on our video. Let's make it happen today. Actually, the turkeys are behind me, on the same ridge that they usually roost. They're basically on the same ridge, hilltop, as where me and Cody was yesterday, near the field. So they're going to either come out the ridge top to where me and Cody was set yesterday, or come out where Cody shot that one. Well, I haven't heard a single gobble since they flew off the roost. There was no wind or breeze this morning before daylight. Now it's about 5 miles per hour. That's the bad thing. They fly off roost, no gobble, and you don't know where they're at. Well, I've been sneaking over towards where I last seen them. And all these different patches of cedars and stuff. They're either more towards the truck, or they went back the same way where me and Cody seen all of them the other day. That big goss. Let's take a breath. It's hard hunting that big pause turkey. What I did this morning was it was pretty chilly and I knew it was gonna rain. Got out to the gate, done my screaming peacock, nothing. Then I went back to the truck, got another sweatshirt, came back, done my crow call. I heard one on a ridge, so I took off. It was still kind of dark because of the rain and clouds. And when I got up there where I was sitting, the one I've been hearing gobbled, and then the boss one, about 40 yards away, gobbled in a pine tree. So I had to sit down. So there was a boss gobbler, 2 or 3 jakes, and maybe 2 hens. 5 or 6 turkeys I seen fly down. The gobblers answered my calls, but they wouldn't turn around coming. So I'm gonna go up here and scan the field, see what I could do. All right, I am currently in the cedars where we seen that big gobbler come out of last week. I looked through the field and looked towards the hill in the whole area where they was at the other day. I haven't seen nothing. So the last time I seen them up on the hill towards the truck, they either went straight through and over on the other side of the property, or they went around this patch of cedars that runs down a holler that came down to me. But I had moved myself to where I could see over towards the truck, and I never did see them come on the other side of them cedars. It is an hour and 45 minutes since I seen them. I had to wait, and then 2 deer came below me. And if I do not see them anywhere, I'm just gonna go ahead and sneak out of here. I don't want to push them, so they're staying in here, even though probably there was a lot of hunters around trying to get them yesterday. So we'll see what I can do, and let's hope for the best. You gotta love turkey hunting. Key. I just did my screaming peacock locator call. Nothing. I don't know if it's the weather or what. Here in Virginia, I think hunting season, spring gobbler should open a week earlier. Last week I jumped a hen off her nest and it was the first day. They're not gobbling at all after roost. I was really blessed to have them gobbling so much this morning. So getting ready to head out of here. It's really early. I done scanned everywhere. I do not want to scare them too much. There is another day, unless they're on the other side of these cedars. I won't check. Breakfast of champions for today. Need some fuel to get those turkeys. got over here a little bit later than needed to, but before we go set up where we're gonna set up, I'm gonna try to shot gobble them to gobble. It might be in these patch of woods where I was last week, so we'll see. Today is a whole lot warmer than yesterday. Nothing. So we'll go set up over where Cody killed that one and sit and listen and see if they gobble on the roots behind us. Let's go. Just set up the decoys, had a visitor with the cow. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm bleeding. The turkeys is on another person's property where they usually roost. There's a little cove coming up. Waterway. They're gobbling big time there. You probably can hear them. Gobbling like crazy like last weekend. Got the decoys set up, but there's no point in running to them. Usually they fly down and come on this side of the fence. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm thinking I was sitting right there. Probably. Because that's on the hillside. We need to fix a spot for you. There went again. Sitting up here, if we hear them gobbling towards the little bowl ravine, we can hightail it over there, well, no time, or they come this way. We'll see. Hang tight here where the decoy is out, hoping they'll come this way. Usually when they're over on that fence, they come this way somewhere. They'll just be coming behind us. Got to be really still and hope for the best. When I just yelped, one answered me, so that they heard me. I'm just going to leave it at that until we hear them. They have to be on the ground by now. So let's see, it's my turn now. I think all these deer that's on this property don't like decoys. It was maybe 15, that one was about 15 yards from us. So I guess we'll sit tight and just keep on listening. That's all we can do. Well, it's an hour since we've heard them gobble, and they just started gobbling again. They sound like they're way on the other side of the property, directly to the left of us. but on the other person's property. Sound like over the fence line, just over the hill. They're probably just strutting in the field. So we're gonna hang tight. That little man back there has been snoozing some this morning. Just had him and his wife just had a baby girl. And he got to the house a little late this morning trying to get her back to sleep. So he took him a little nap. Alright, I hope they still stay gobbling so we can know where they're at. That was pretty cool seeing that white squirrel. I turned my head and thought it was a skunk coming up to us. About 20 minutes, half an hour to go, heard a turkey yelping just across this little holler to the left of us. I laid down and I seen it through the cedars, but I couldn't actually see what it was. I threw out some yelps and it never did come over here. So I don't know what it was. Cody had a good nap. It's 9 o'clock, still early. I might get up and go look in the other part of the field. Well, nothing today. It's about 10:30. After we heard them fighting, we ain't heard them no more, and it was a surprise to us. In between the other property and us, it was somewhere in the middle of the field, and we never did see him. here they are not coming to any calls. I know there's coyotes in here, so I don't know. So maybe another day, but we got to see 2 bucks and a white squirrel. Until we go again. We'll be back. Or me next time by myself. Cody was gracious enough to come and video today. Hopefully to get me shooting a one, and that didn't happen. But God is good all the time. And then turkey hunting takes a lot of patience. I just missed a gobbler. I had to hurry up a shot. I heard him this morning, far away. I went to the ravine, the bowl, and when I heard him, I went back to where me and Cody was yesterday. Then I went back to the bowl. Looked around, all the cows was there. So I came over here where our tree stands was, snuck over here, and I seen the turkeys in the field. So I snuck over here, got by a tree. There's so many ravines, I thought I lost them. About 15 minutes later, here they come. There's a reason why the gobblers ain't gobbling. They got hens with them. I watched 4 of them. It was like, I don't know, say 80 yards away. And they got in behind, I've got a briar bush in front of me. They got in behind it, and I repositioned myself. And if I didn't reposition myself, I might have got this gobbler that snuck up on me. There was so much bushes in between us that when I was trying to watch the other ones, he came up on me, and he was only about 8 big steps away. And I turned my video camera on the gun. He started turning around and I quickly shot. I seen the bush fall down. He flew over to where the other ones were. You just don't know where they're at when they're not gobbling. But there was one walking in the front that was strutting, so there was quite a few gobblers in this pack. The one I shot at wasn't Big Boss Man, but he had a long beard. So I'm gonna sit here a while and see if I see them. I know they're in the ravine over the hill where they were the other day, fighting. So I'm gonna just try to stay put so I can see all of this. It's only 8:30, so we'll see. Right there, just on the other side of that log and that little tree. He came through those briars right there. I shot him when he was getting ready to run right there. The turkeys came right through there, and they was right in that area when this one came. So I positioned myself to catch him coming across through here. Got it up there again. Snuck up here where I seen the turkeys last, and see two turkeys by themselves, so they're separated. One of them looks like Big Boss Man. They're just feeding up towards the hill. It's hard to tell where they're going. When I first started hunting here, I had to set up and sneak through different patches of trees in this field. I just set because they was just feed through this field. Well, obviously they're doing it again. And that one just snuck right up on me. I mean, he came to me right in line with the trees and bushes, like I snuck up to, I crawled and kept everything between me and the turkeys in the field and got set up. couldn't tell you which one's Big Boss Man now. That's 4 right there. The other 2 already went that way. So that's 6. The other 2 was gobblers too. Now if they go over into that holler, I might have a chance by backing out. Going right there on that. Right there on that ridge is a lot of cedars. And then on the other side is the field and another patch of cedars. That's where they came up through last weekend. It's gonna sneak up there and put a decoy out and do some calling. That's about all I know to do. We done calls yesterday. They didn't bother coming over to us, and we had decoys out, everything. Well, I got up here, did a little yelping, had the decoy out, no gobble. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this because they're not gobbling. I got up. I kid you not. 80 yards from the truck and this little bit patch of woods that we can't hunt on because it's where you first come onto the property. It's just a big, I mean, it's wide open oaks and field. Lo and behold, I see the turkeys running off. About 80 yards from the truck. That's how it goes. These longbeards, they ain't hardly gobbling at all. I don't know what it is. Obviously, ain't no many hens in here unless they left them when I seen them come into the field. Till next time. Hopefully I get one. In God's country. It's Saturday morning, 60-some degrees, and chances of rain today. Patches of rain, so I'm gonna try it. Haven't heard none gobble, but after I got my decoy set up, I was sitting here, I seen something trotting through the field way on the other side. Huge coyote. So that might be one of the reasons why they don't gobble much in here. So it's just a waiting game. I got set up right up here on this little ridge in the field where the turkeys could see me far, far away in all directions. I can see the area where they were just over the ridge from me the other day, strutting where the old building is, so we'll see what happens and see if they gobble before a lot of heavy rain comes in. So not too far from the truck if I gotta get to the truck. In God's country, gotta love it. That's where I was at the other day. And the turkeys was down in this ravine. I seen that Cody come out of that ravine not too long ago. Turkey in view, standing right over there. That's the first time that I seen the turkeys the other day in the field when I snuck over to that tree. Didn't bring my other video camera because I did not want to get it wet, so I'm gonna have to make do with my phone today. Well, the one that I've been watching is a gobbler. A crow just called and he gobbled. So I'm going to do soft calling sparingly and just see what happens. Got a big batch of storms coming, so I hope something happens before then. I have moved from where I was sitting. Really didn't have much cover. So the turkey has went into the patch of woods on the other ridge on the other property. So I slid in this other cedar tree that is wrapped with vines, briars, honeysuckle. Now I'm covered more, as you can see. The rain is coming. I hope it breaks up. And just waiting to see if he comes back out on this side of the fence on this property. I made some calls and pretty much he only gobbled when I first seen him and gobbled with that crow, and that was it. Well, get ready to get the grain. I just got the binoculars and looked over where I first seen that turkey. I see another turkey. I don't know if he made a circle and he's back at the same place or what. I just made some yelps right before that, so see what we can do. I actually have 3 birds in sight. I seen the one, and then all of a sudden from the fence line from the other property came down another turkey, which is big, so I figured a gobbler. And just now another turkey came from the top, which is probably a gobbler. So I think these are the gobblers I seen the other day. Of course, they're not coming over here with the calls. I am just gonna watch and see how they feed and maybe call when they get closer. My decoy can move, but I don't know why it's not moving. So anyhow, until the next update. across the field first. He's gobbling his head off. He sounds like he's towards where me and Cody was at last weekend, set up first. The other gobbler I just showed you is down there at that old building. He has nothing to do with me. He keeps going down through there. I'm just gonna sit tight and watch. You hear him? Update again. I got set up ready to turn the camera on my gun because that gobbler down below me had turned. It was coming straight up, which is, there's a hill that goes down. He was coming straight up towards us. I say us. Me and the little hen get decoy. And I got ready, set to turn on the video camera and to shoot the thing. He was still way down there. Well, lo and behold, stayed in a little ravine. Now he's going away from me. These things ain't, I don't know what to do. And the other one's still gobbling his head off every now and then. Okay, this is about the best I can do. I got in the middle of this building. It's fell down. Got a gobbler right in front of me in the small patch of woods gobbling. Just gonna wait. And I thought I heard one behind me where they usually roost. So we'll see. I'll try to get good video. In God's country this morning. It's been raining all night, so Let's do this. I'm smelling skunk smell in this building, so I'm hope it's not in here. Got him in front and behind me. I do some yelps here in a little while since it's rained and everything, and it's overcast. Gonna wait. I've got that gobbler up above me on the hill. He's been standing there and everything. He's seen the decoys, have not called much, and he still will not come down here. I think I need some robotic animatronic turkey decoys. He's just moseying along, feeding now. I'm not gonna call no more. Well, now I heard a hen yelping. Looked up 20 yards away from him. Hen come over going right at him. Obviously, the turkeys around here will only come to a decoy that moves. The hens went straight up to Big Boy, and these 5 turkeys, which I think are all gobblers, went straight up the hill, going straight up the hill to them too. They were in this little ravine beside of me. I didn't know it because I'm hunkered down, don't want to move. I didn't scare them. They're just going straight up there where they're at. I can see the hen at the top of the hill on the fence. I don't know. I don't know where Big Boy went. He went behind me. He was following the fence on top of the hill. The hen went out of sight, going the opposite direction. The 5 other turkeys was going that way. Then now, they just turned around and they're feeding at the top of the hill. If I get one of these turkeys, it'll be a trophy to me. I'm just doing soft calling every now and then so they'll assume that we are turkeys down here, even though we're not moving. We'll see what happens. Well, the 5 gobblers made a circle in front of me. Would not come to the decoys, just looked at them. Now I see them walking straight up the little hill. They are probably 15 yards in front of the cedar tree that I was sitting at yesterday. I don't know where the big boy went. He went behind me. I don't know what they doing. I mean, I was assuming that was a hen that went up to him. And she stayed at the top feeding. The 5 gobblers didn't even follow her. I'm gonna sit tight. Yep, a skunk probably lives in that hole. Something lives in that hole. It is something tonight. Haven't heard a gobble since he was in the woods. Now I'm stuck. If I want to move, I gotta run out here and get my decoys undetected and try to find them. The 5 gobblers, they ended up going, I say about 20, 25 yards. Maybe just a tad more than that because of the heels, I can't tell. I seen their heads popping up and down right in front of where I was sitting yesterday. So they're going to the right of me. I don't know. It's almost 9 o'clock, not hearing no gobbling. I've been peeping out, checking the whole field, nothing. So I'm gonna, by 9 o'clock, if I don't see or hear nothing, run out here and get my decoys while there ain't nothing around. And head back to the ridge near the truck, look around. If I don't see or hear nothing, just head out. I don't know what to do. I do like the Drury brothers. I remember watching a video that they put a fishing line on one of the decoys and moved it back and forth. Obviously, these turkeys ain't going no decoy. It's about the only thing I can think of doing is sit somewhere like this and just sit, and hopefully they walk by feeding, because every time we've hunted here this spring, they've been in this one spot sometime or the other. So seems like a no turkey today. Well, trying it again today. Seems like I'm getting daylight earlier and earlier as the season goes on. I'm gonna try it. No decoys. Not today. Let's see what we can do. I just got up. I just got up, looked in the big field behind me, didn't see nothing. I am sitting in between. I'm sitting on the ridge where that big gobbler that's by itself last weekend roosted 2 days, and a couple weekends ago when I snuck in here and all of those longbeards were here and they roosted, they was gobbling here and they walked away. So I snuck in here in these open woods and got up here, and one gobbled, and I went to one tree to another, and I'm like, I don't have no I ain't got no cover. So I did find me a third tree, and I'm good on one side but no cover on the other side below me. So but there was multiple gobblers, and I seen one fly down into the other little field that I'm sitting in between, and there's an old road bed in between these two fields. There's only one gobble after they flew down, which I only see one fly down, and that's it. That's the way it is hunting here. Just a little while ago I did some yelps, nothing, and like I said, I got up and checked the field, nothing. There's all kinds of scratching all the way up through these woods. So we'll hang tight and try to stay still and see what happens. About a half an hour ago, I had one gobble down below me. It was still over in this little holler. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I should have stayed put until I seen it, but I turned my head, I did not see it. So, and I had the sun really bright shining on me. So I moved to where I was facing downhill towards it. And right when I was getting ready to set up, or when I put my leg down, I seen a head down there looking around. Just popped his head over the hill. Did not putt or anything, but he didn't come up over the hill. If I would have stayed still the sun was shining on me, he might have not liked it. He was right on that, look, coming up to that ridge where that path that goes over to the other field. I'd say he would have came by me and went into the big field, but who knows.